Shana Tova, everyone. It is wonderful to be here with all of you, even if we are at a distance, as we welcome in the new year. And at this time, also think about the things that we've done over the past year that maybe weren't so good, and the things that we did over the past year that were really good. So that we do less of the bad things or the things that weren't so good and do more of the good things. We're going to begin our service with Bim Bam, but instead of our normal Shabbat Shalom, we're going to say Shana Tova. Have a good year. Bim Bam, Bim 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 Bam, Bim 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 Bam, Bim Bam, Bim 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 Bam, Bim 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 Bam. Shana Tova, hey, Shana Tova, hey, Shana, 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 Shana Tova, Shana Tova, hey, Shana Tova, hey, Shana, 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 Shana Tova, Shana, 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 Shana Tova, Shana, 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 Shana Tova, Shana Tova, hey, Shana Tova, hey, Shana, 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 Shana Tova, Shana Tova, hey, Shana Tova, hey, Shana, 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 Shana Tova. Let's do that again. And I really want to hear your voices. Bim, bam, bim, 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 bam, bim, 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 bam, bim, bam, bim, 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 bam, bim, 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 bam. Shana Tova, hey, Shana Tova, hey, Shana, 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 Shana Tova, Shana Tova, hey, Shana Tova, hey, Shana, 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 Shana Tova, Shana, 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 Shana Tova, Shana, 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 Shana Tova, Shana Tova, hey, Shana Tova, hey, Shana, 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 Shana Tova, Shana Tova, hey, Shana Tova, hey, Shana, 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 Shana Tova. I hope everyone has had a good 10 days since Rosh Hashanah. It's traditional during these 10 days that we take time to think about what we need to apologize for and actually ask for, say I'm sorry and ask for forgiveness from the people we've hurt. There's a tradition that on Yom Kippur, when we say I'm sorry, which we will in a little bit, but on Yom Kippur, when we say I'm sorry, we can only be forgiven for sins against God, for the things that we've done that have hurt God or our relationship with God. But if we don't say I'm sorry to the people that we've hurt, then Yom Kippur doesn't do anything until we actually say I'm sorry to them. So as we go through our next set of prayers, the ones we do every single Friday night, I'm going to ask you to think about who you might need to say I'm sorry to, so that when we get to that part of the service, you're all ready to say I'm sorry. But first, please rise as you are able. You can even start dancing, get some bouncy knees. And we're going to say, God, you are awesome. Let's all praise you. Let's all say how awesome you are with these words. La, 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 la. Adonai, Hamelorah. Now you. Now, normally at this point, we would turn our voices down to whisper, to sing the words Baruch Shem Kivod Malchuto Leolam Va'ed. But on Yom Kippur, we are like the angels who say that line aloud with full voice. So join in with me. Baruch Shem Kivod Malchuto Leolam Va'ed. Baruch Shem Kivod Malchuto Leolam Va'ed. Shema Yisrael Adonai Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. There's a song that we sing that invites us to have a happy year and to be inscribed for a good year in the book of life. We sing these words in Hebrew, Lishana Tova Tikatevu. Can you say that? Lishana, try that. Lishana Tova, your turn, Tova Tikatevu. Tikatevu. Let's try it again. Tikatevu. So Lishana Tova Tikatevu. Say that whole phrase. Lishana Tova Tikatevu. And the melody goes like this. Da, 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 da. La, 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 try that. Now we're going to try it with those words. Lishana Tova Tikatevu. 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 Now we're going to sing that melody with the words that remind us of crossing the Sea of Reeds from slavery in Egypt to freedom. The words are Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai. Mi chamocha nedar b'kodesh. Lo ratehilot ol sefer. Let's do that again. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai. Mi chamocha nedar b'kodesh. Lo ratehilot ol sefer. Back to la la la. Good job, everyone. Now, I have a story for you. This is a story about a little girl who could not yet read the prayer book. Now, she's part of it actually, but really it's a story about some angels. So let's start with the angels. On Yom Kippur, the angels were so excited to go do the best parts of their jobs. Now, what is the job of an angel, you might ask? The job of an angel is to go see what everybody is doing, report back to God, but most important, not just tattling on what people are doing, but to see the best that people to have to offer, to see the best that they are doing, and to tell God of all of the wonderful things that are happening. So Yom Kippur was one of the best days to do this because there were so many people who would go out, usually to synagogue, although this year we're all in our homes, but to go out and listen to all of the beautiful voices raised in song and prayer and apology. The angels could hear all of that emotion within each person and would bring all of that back to God. Now, one year, this is a year when everyone was in synagogue, this one angel knew that she had the best of the best of the best places to go. The choir there had the most beautiful voices. The people there were the most fervent in their prayer. That means that they really cared about each and every prayer that they said and said it with a whole heart. So the angel flew to the synagogue, relaxed in a corner, and listened to the beautiful sounds wash over her. Now, while listening to these beautiful sounds in the synagogue, the angel heard an even more beautiful sound. The angel could tell that it was the most heartfelt prayer that had ever been uttered, the most heartfelt prayer that had ever been said. And she had to go find it. She had to know who was saying this prayer, who was offering this prayer, so that she could tell God about this most amazing prayer. So the angel went over and hovered above the choir to listen very, very carefully. But it wasn't coming from there. So the angel flew over to another part of the congregation and listened in. No, it wasn't coming from there either. So she flew backwards and forwards to the front of the synagogue, to the back of the synagogue, to the middle, from side to side, trying to find where this prayer was coming from. Finally, she noticed it was loudest next to the door. So she went over to the door, and then she flew outside the door. It was still getting louder. She flew to the end of the road where it was getting louder even still. And then to the edge of a woods, noticing that it was still getting even louder. And then down a path through the woods to this little house where the sound was very loud. The prayer was coming from inside this little house. The angel peered through one of the windows. Inside, there was a little girl who was sitting on her grandparents' lap and learning the Aleph Bet. Aleph, Bet, Gimel. What comes after Gimel? I don't remember. I really want to learn these letters so that I can offer my prayers. The angel flew over and said to the little girl, "You are offering the most beautiful prayer as it is, the most heartfelt prayer. because the most heartfelt prayer, the best prayer, is the one where you give everything you have. That night, the angel also learned that beautiful prayers don't just come from beautiful voices, don't just come from beautiful singing, but come from the very deepest part of us when we offer everything we have with our whole hearts. The angel in that story didn't exactly have to apologize, but realized that she had made a mistake, that she had thought that prayers only came a certain way, only looked a certain way, only sounded a certain way, and learned that that wasn't actually true. And so while she didn't say, I'm sorry to anybody in particular, she did have to say, I'm sorry to God for not realizing what kinds of prayers, what different kinds of prayers there were. So earlier in the service, I asked you to think about what mistakes you might have made, things you might be sorry for. And in just a second, we're going to sing a song that reminds us that God is like a parent and God is like a sovereign ruler, like a king or a queen who listens to us when we make mistakes and sometimes has to punish us when we make really big mistakes. But that we can always say that we're sorry and ask for forgiveness. And most important, try to do better in the coming year, in the coming days. So turn to someone near you, whether that's a parent or a sibling or another special grown-up. And I ask you to share one thing right now, just one thing that you have to be sorry for, that you want to work on, that you want to try to do better in the coming year. Grown-ups, don't forget to do this also. This is not just for your kids. Okay, I hope you each got a chance to share. Now we're going to sing these words. Avinu Malkeinu, our parent, our ruler. Avinu Malkeinu, Bonenu Vaneinu. Avinu Malkeinu, Bonenu Vaneinu, Ki ein banu masi. Aseh imanu, tzedakah v'chesed. Aseh imanu, tzedakah v'chesed, v'hoshienu. Now comes the English. I'm sorry for what I did wrong. I'm sorry for what I did wrong. I'm sorry for what I did wrong. I'll try to be caring, more loving and sharing. Forgive me for what I did wrong. Try that with me. I'm sorry for what I did wrong. I'm sorry for what I did wrong. I'll try to be caring, more loving and sharing, more loving and sharing. Forgive me for what I did wrong. I'll try to be. I'll try to be the best that I can be, the best that I can be. with all of my might, with all of my might to do what I know is right. I'm sorry for what I did wrong. I'm sorry for what I did wrong. I'll try to be caring, for loving and sharing. Forgive me for what I did wrong. Good job, everyone. Now, one thing I do want to remind you is that even if you had trouble thinking of something right now, it is never too late to say, I'm sorry. It's never too late to try to do better. Every day is an opportunity to do better than we did the day before. And sometimes we will fail. And you know what? It happens and it's okay. The most important thing is to get back up and try to do better the next time. So we're going to go back to our Lishana Tova song as we end our service for this evening. Lishana Tova Tinkatevu, Lishana Tova Tinkatevu, Lishana Tova Tinkatevu. Let's do it again. Lishana Tova Tinkatevu, Lishana Tova Tinkatevu, Lishana Tova Tinkatevu. And now back to Bim Bam Shana Tova. Bim bam, bim 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 bam, bim 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 bam, bim bam, bim 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 bam, bim 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 bam. Shana Tova, hey, Shana, 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 Shana Tova, Shana Tova, Shana Tova, Shana, 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 Shana Tova, Shana, Shana. Shana, Shana, Tova, Shana, 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 Tova, Shana, Tova, hey, Shana, Tova, hey, Shana, 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 Tova, Shana, Tova, hey, Shana, Tova, hey, Shana, 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 Tova, bim, bam, bim, bim, bam, bim, 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 bam, bim, bam, bim, bim, bam. Shana Tova, hey, Shana Tova, hey, Shana, 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 Shana Tova, Shana Tova, hey, Shana Tova, hey, Shana, 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 Shana Tova. Shana Tova, everyone. I look forward to seeing all of you at 8:30 tomorrow morning or whenever you choose to stream our on-demand morning service. We also have a family service at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning on Facebook, and our main service is starting at 10 o'clock on YouTube. There are also plenty of different ways to engage with Yom Kippur, including writing your sins on coffee filters and putting them in water to watch everything melt away, especially if you write with washable markers. And if you haven't done it yet, go down to a river or a body of water to cast off your sins with sticks or pebbles or birdseed or this old standard breadcrumbs. I hope you have a wonderful year and that this year brings us all blessing and hope and love and joy. Shana Tova.